All right. So from the moment I get up and my feet hit the ground, somebody or something's going to do something to piss me off. And it's how I personally respond to it that I, that's where I have the choice, I guess. There are times when I don't know if it's my emotions, if you call it your emotions or your feelings get the better of me. For example, yesterday, last night, before I went to bed, I I actually had the craving for cookies, and they didn't have the cookies I liked, but I got something sugary instead, which is wasn't necessarily good for me. So, not necessarily always following my diet, although I have gotten better. It's just that food can be, the need for sugar for me could be sometimes a little bit on the overwhelming side. Uh, most of the time I can fight it, but yesterday was not one of those times where I could actually fight uh, the the urge. I see that Parlor is trending. Um, and Candace Owens says, now that Parler is back in the App Store, I will be putting my content on Parler first thing using Twitter as a carbon copy thereafter. Disgusted by big tech's collusion in an attempt to stomp out the platform. And Parler was taken out due to January 6th, what happened at the Capitol. And it looks like these Capitol riots were not the insurrection that the left claims it is. And that's the evidence that we're looking at. And of course, more evidence can come out, and I could be, completely wrong. But this looks like, the left used it as a hammer, and they're not releasing a lot of the tapes and stuff because they show them, the police saying just be peaceful, and there's a lot of things coming on. You people should really look and examine the facts on this before you make a decision. But to me, the comparison to the BLM Antifa riots, it was far worse and did far more damage to property and people's psyche and their lives than the Capital Six melee, and I would guess it would be Capital Six riots. Uh, these people that think that conservatives are in favor of insurrection. And there's also the Arizona audit, seeing, taking a look at uh, the irregularities of the election and dealing with election integrity, and hopefully we can get some clarity on the issue. Of course, the mainstream media doesn't even want to debate that issue, which is, I guess, kind of unfortunate. They've gotten. It seems like the mainstream media has become far more activist journalist, and doesn't necessarily cover the news. And actually, they uh, they censor. Are they? I believe these some of these news companies strive to censor uh, the internet. Censor social media than actively cover, because they certainly don't want to be criticized, and the mainstream media was criticized. So, it is what it is. We live in It seems like we live in very hypocritical times, and I've said this before, gaslighting and hypocrisy are forms of abuse, and they will make you angry. How you choose to deal with that anger is up to you. But if you are angry and you're treated unfairly, you want to deal with it in the best way possible, in the most logical way possible. Uh, you know, getting getting angry and lashing out will only get you hurt, particularly now that the, my alarm just went off. It says I'm kind of in the show because I do have to go to work early. But just remember that you're fighting a bigger opponent, and fighting by fighting I mean like like intellectually, and I can like not physically to a degree, but it's that kind of analogy. You're fighting a bigger opponent, and if you rush in on him, he's just going to crush you. Um, I don't even know if they have the will of the people, but the will of the people doesn't matter at this moment because they have the establishment, and they have the gears of that establishment. And this is primarily an economic kind of Cold War that we're in, and you don't have to spend money on individuals that disrespect you. For the most part, there are times when there are services that you need, but you can boycott a lot more, perhaps, than you have, and spend your money on things and people who respect you. Anyway, this has been Brian with Transparency and Merit. I perhaps will do another show later on today. It won't be a Stoic Calm show, but maybe we'll go into a thing about forgiveness and like retribution and who has the right to punish. Anyway, like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and enjoy the rest of your day. That's all I have to say. Thank you, and those few that listen, I thank you for listening. Thank you.